Hello everyone, can you hear me? Hello everyone, can you hear me? Under this team meeting, you have an option to chat over here. I don't know if, can you hear me? Okay, we will wait for a while. We will wait a couple of minutes to give some time to the people to join. So if you want to go for a couple of coffee, we have some time. Okay, we will need to wait for a couple of minutes more. Okay, we will wait just 2 minutes and then we will start with this presentation. This session will be recorded, so you will be able to access to the video and the presentation too on next day. So from the community URL where you have registered to do this event. Okay, let's start with this introduction to Azure DevOps. Well, let me share. This is the agenda for today. We will be doing an introduction to DevOps culture itself, then to the Azure DevOps as a product. Then we will be performing a demo, and then sharing some question and answer from your side. So let's continue with this. Well, before to start with this, I want to know a little bit about yourself, about the audience. So please access to this poll, what I have shared. You can access from your cell phone or from the URL slido.com with that code. Okay. Please let me know when you have access, please. This poll is just to understand what are you doing by today, and what do you know about DevOps and Azure DevOps. So it's just a simple one to make some highlights, maybe during the demo, against your current role, and how can maybe Azure DevOps help you to your daily basis. So let's start with this. Okay. We have some system engineers over here. Another DevOps guys. Okay, we have an architect. Perfect. Okay. Another system engineer, DevOps. Okay. Good to know. Delivery management. Perfect. Okay. We have a nice mix here of job roles. So let's move to the other poll. If you can define DevOps, what is DevOps in one word? You can put more than one word, but if you can define it under one. Don't be shy. Okay, continuous improvement. Perfect. Order. Yes, that's right. Yes. Communication, breaking silos, continuous delivery. Good. Pretty good. Okay. Well, we have a nice idea about what is DevOps, and let's let's move to the next. About if you have ever used Azure DevOps. Not necessary to all the features. Maybe if you have used before one of the features of Azure DevOps, is okay too. Well, okay. So this will be great to show you how can Azure DevOps help us. Okay. So perfect. Okay. So no one of the participants have used Azure DevOps. That is really great because we will be doing a nice demo here. So you will be able to watch on live how can this Azure DevOps help us. Okay, so let's stop this and continue with the presentation. So at next, I will share with you just a little video. What it's like a video what I saw in different presentations before, and this is the one. Maybe you saw it before, but don't worry if you can hear the audio. There is a guy there cleaning the windshield. Nice video, right? Well, what can you say? There is a lot of big difference between them, right? As you saw in the second part of the video, there is not a guy swimming the hammer anymore, like on the first part. And well, there is a lot of people engaged to work with the car and the assistant to the pilot. So, oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, I moved to. Okay, so how can we compare this video, this situation with the pit stop with the development process? Well, let me tell you a little story. Some time ago, I was working as a sysadmin for a small company and providing some kind of support for an external dev team. And I can remember exactly near of the end of each month, the last Friday precisely at night, I stayed there on the data center, providing physically access to the production server to allow to that dev guys to put a compact disk into the server and copy manually the application to the server. And well, I can tell you how many times those CD were corrupted, or we have suffered some issues with the CD player, but this is another history. And now, what about today? Well, today with the technology improvements, the new and the not so new tools, and this new mindset, I can say, where a lot of people is engaged and focus in improve the task, monitor and measure each step to improve the process, we can deliver our applications really faster than before in a controlled and secure way. So now let's continue. What is the DevOps? There is a good definition of Donovan Brown from Microsoft who says DevOps is the union of people, process, and products to enable continuous delivery of value to your end users. Well, as you can see, the main whole gear is the value from my perspective. The value to the users. Doesn't matter if you are providing infrastructure, product, software, the value is our goal under this culture. Okay, now let's talk about the people, process, and product. Well, the people is the most important part of this DevOps culture and the hardest element to address the transformation because we need to change from the top-down part of our organization, avoid the silos and the individual goals, and think always in deliver of value. That is what you need to keep in your mind. Always we are talking about the value. Now, what about the process? Well, we have several processes to address, but the most important are at first, we need to plan and track the task what will be performing. And second and third, we will be working on the development of our product and the test of our code. Four, we release our code, and then as a fifth and sixth, we will be monitoring and learn. Those particular steps, the monitor and learn, are really critical because there we will be able we will be able to plan in a better way the next iteration. So these because are really important. Now let's talk about the product. The product here is Azure DevOps. Well, give me a second, please. Okay, this is the nice definition of Microsoft about how can Azure DevOps help us. Well, they said plan smart, collaborate better, and ship faster with a set of modern dev service. Okay, so how can Azure DevOps provide of these features? Well, Azure DevOps have a lot of service and features under the same platform. One of them is Azure Board. Uh, on Azure Board, you are begin able to track any unit of work that your team are working on. You can create, as example, user histories, uh, create the debugs, epics, spikes, different command boards, and you can plan implementations and communicate the deadlines to all your organization. You have also Azure Repos. This is the source control system. It is enabled with Git, and this you can search and edit your code, create pull requests, and create release from there. Then we have Azure Pipelines. This is the CI and CD feature, fully customizable, and we will be working with it later. And next, we have Azure Test Plan. This is the management platform for manual test case. And Azure Artifactory is the Artifactor repository of this one. And this is not a feature, but the marketplace on Azure is pretty important because you have access to more than 1,000 of extension, which ones you can use on your pipeline, and you can use in different dashboard. What ones we will see on during the demo. Okay. Sorry. You have access to a URL, what I will provide later, where you can check the status of the Azure DevOps service in the different regions. Okay, so now let's move to the demo. Okay, what we will be doing today is create a CI and CD pipeline for a .NET application, deploy the infrastructure from using the ACCLI from a release pipeline from Azure DevOps 2, and create a monitor to monitor the deployment status. Okay, so at first we will be creating here a new project. Let's call this one DevOps demo. If you have, please, any question, you can write it in the question and answer on the Teams. So we will be talking at the end of the demo. Okay, we have created here our organization. As I showed you before, we have here the dashboards. On this case, we have access to different widgets to follow the burn down hours and the pipelines and so on. We have a wiki here. We have the boards, different boards, the repos, the pipelines with the different features, environments, release, library, task groups, and deployment, the test plan, and the artifacts. Okay, so first let's create. Okay. we will create a repository and upload our code. Okay, let me share the Visual Studio with you. Okay, open. Okay, perfect. Now let me copy the code of our application. This is this one. This one too. Okay, perfect. We have our change. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. Let me close this one. Okay, perfect. Well, we have our code. Now what we will do is create the infrastructure for this web app. We will be using an Azure service called App Service or Web Apps. So in order to create this, we will need a resource group at first. Then we will be needing a service plan. On Azure, the service plan is like the space where we'll be assigned the resource of CPU, memory, and networking, and the web apps is container under this service plan. So when we talk about the resource, it's the service plan where you will be assigning. Okay. Just to then I will be showing you to this one. Okay. Now, when you create a infrastructure or you need to create a pipeline for your infrastructure, you can just create a release pipeline. And in this case, the marketplace, what we talked before, provides you the access to some kind of templates to deploy infrastructure to Azure. Okay, you can choose from here, or maybe you can, in this case, we will create an empty job. Okay. We will call this infrastructure. Okay. We don't have an artifact to add here because we will code just in the script line what we need. We will be talking about these pre-deployment conditions. Now let's go here. Okay. This is the agent, is our continuous integration agent, and well, all the tasks will be performed. In this case, we will be using this one by default, but you can use as example another ones if you want to build something with macOS or not current. You can use Ubuntu too, but you have different versions of the agent. So in this case, we will be using the ACCLI. We need one for the resource group and another one for the service plan. And this one's for the web app and a slot. I will show you then what is a slot. Okay. Subscription, authorize. Perfect. Okay. Give me a second, please. Here to okay. Okay. Well, we need to create a resource group. Okay. Perfect. I see. This task also can be performed here. Is the same thing, but just for this demo purpose, we will be using the release pipeline. Okay. Create. The location will be is US, and the name will be this one. We have several options below. In this case, we don't need to use it. Okay, this one will be our service plan, and then we will be needing see service and create will be our resource group. This one. We can put all these under variables if we need to avoid handle hard code. This one, you can use the variables here on the pipeline, and you can also create over here on the library the variables to be used on different pipelines. Okay, so you can consume those variables from this pipeline if you create here, and if you create on library, you can consume the variables from different pipelines. Also, you can obfuscate the secrets and that kind of information. Okay, this is for demo, the name of our service plan. We will be using Linux. The SQ will be standard one. Okay. Now we will move to this one. We will be creating this one too. Now we will create the web app. Okay, the group is 1. This is the, sorry, I will this one. Perfect. The name will be web app. And the runtime of our code is .NET Core 3. We will create something called a web app slot. I will show you on the Azure after create this. What is the slot one? Okay. This is our web app. This is our resource group. And the slot will be called Canary. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Well, we will save this. And we will create a release. Something what you need to know, whatever you created the account, as example, if you reside here in Spain, you will be assigned to your organization will reside in the near location here in Europe. But if you, let's suppose you move to your organization to US, you can move then that organization from Europe to US. This is important because these CI agents, which performs the task on Azure DevOps, well, if you leave your organization on Europe, well, they will be running on Europe and not in US. So that is important. You can move your organization from one location to other if you need. So there is no problem with that. Well, this sometimes happen. Let's see. Here is the log. Okay. SP1 is not valid. Okay. Let's go back to the pipeline. This one. We will edit this pipeline. Okay. Well, we have some. Yes. Just to show you, this is the app service plan. Let's suppose you want to create one. This is the ACQ, and you have different plans. You have this one. F1 is the free one, and we will be using this one, S1. I wrote wrongly here. It's not SP1, it's just S1. Okay. Perfect. We will delete this one. So we have created already our resource group. So I will comment this step and then just continue with the others one. Okay, we will save and create a release. Okay, in the meantime, we will be creating the pipeline for our application. As I said before, this is where is your code. You have the opportunity to connect with something with your code on GitHub and other different ones. And you have the, let's suppose you have in a YAML, so you can just choose your, let's suppose this one, and you can create using a YAML file to create your pipeline. Okay, but in this case, we will use the basic editor when consuming from the marketplace. In this case, this is our repo and this is our branch. Well, we will be deploying. Core application. As you can see, I choose a template for .NET application, and we have some predefined options here. Just pre-configure. If you want to add, you can add some step. Let's suppose you need some SDK as example, or wherever you need, you can add just to here and then configure it as example. Okay. In this case, we don't need anything. Okay. We will be saving this one. Let's go back here. Where's this going? Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, we have our service plan. Here with this. And here we have our web app and our slot. This one will be in the Canary. Okay. Now the demo will be, we will perform a change on the application, and then we will configure this kind of Canary to redirect the traffic 50 and 50. So you will be able to access to one version or the other. Okay. Okay. Here we are. And okay, we have created our pipeline. If you don't run the pipeline, maybe on this one, you will be see just this one. you can go here and run this pipeline. We will be using this one is okay. Okay, in the meantime, okay, let me change the name of this one to avoid confusion. Okay. We will create a new release pipeline. And we will be using this one. Perfect. Application CD. This stage will be for dev. I will create another dev. I have forgotten to create another web app. Perfect. This one. Okay. Is US. And this is the same process what we have done before through the CLI. Okay. But this is one is from the market, on the portal, sorry. Okay. Perfect. Now we will add another stage. Okay. This one will be, okay, this one will be called Canary, and this one production. Okay. You can set under this pre-deployment conditions, and if you want to move, as example, this one over here, or you can put in an isolated mode here as a manual, or this one after a release, you can run this pipeline. Okay, in this case, we will be running on this way. Also, you have here some issues. Let's suppose the production to the deployment to production. You can set up some approvals here. In this case, it will start my own. Okay, perfect. Okay, we have. Okay, great. This is our subscription. Our web app is in Linux. This one. Okay. Perfect. Same thing here. Linux. And this one, but in a different slot. Canary one. Okay. And this one. This one, okay. Production. Okay, we will save this. And let's see what happened with, okay. As you can see here, our pipeline was executed. We can access here to check each step. Okay. And then we will add to our application pipeline the artifact what we have created before. In this case, this is the project. This is our CI pipeline. Okay, we will add this one. And if you want to enable the continuous deployment, you can just click here on this one. And the same with our continuous iteration pipeline, this one. You can come here under the triggers and enable continuous integration too. You can filter by your branch. Okay. Now, let's create a release and see what's happened here. Okay, in the meantime, we can do this under these dashboards. As example, we can create a few dashboards. This one. This one as example. Okay. Let's configure this one. This is used because, well, Azure DevOps provides you free access to 5 users, and then you can assign different subscription license to the new user. So if you need some stakeholder to access to Azure DevOps, usually they don't need to access to see what happened with the pipeline, but they can access to the dashboard and check the deployment status as example, and so on. Okay, and this was this one. Okay. And this one too. Okay, done. Okay, so we will be able to follow over here and over here too. Something interesting here on Azure DevOps, if you are using not the YAML to create your builds, you can, as example, choose all these ones, and from here create something called a task group. So in a future, if you need to reuse the same steps, you can use a task group and avoid to add manually all of these ones. So this is a nice approach. And as before, you can manage the pipeline variables from here or from here too. You can create variable groups, secure files, and so on. Okay. There we are. As we have done before, this is our dev web app. Okay. And This is our production one. I will share to the chat. And I will, okay. So you will be able to access. Okay. So how we are deploying to Canary. We have real pipeline definitions. Okay. I'm not. Okay. Let's approve this one. Okay, approved to get the release on production. Okay. Okay. Now, in the meantime, what we'll be doing is perform some modification. Maybe example here. Sorry. Let's suppose we want to modify something. We will modify this one. This information. And the telephone as example. Okay. Okay. Perfect. If this change and stage it. Okay. Perfect. Push or change. Okay. As we have enabled the, we can see our commit here, and we have enabled before the continuous integration. So when you push your change to the repo, it will be automatically triggered. And then under this release pipeline, we have enabled to the continuous deployment. So what will be happen is the contact info will be moved automatically here out to our dev environment and to our Canary. So when we access to the production URL, as we have set up before, the 50 and 50 of traffic will be redirected to our new version with the new contact information. The other 50 will be redirected to the old version with the old contact information. And this one, this is the URL. I have shared that link. Okay. And we will need to wait for a while. Okay, this was fast. Then it's deploy. And well, we have some questions here regarding to the pipeline definitions. Can pipelines be created, managed, and shared across multiple repos? Can pipelines have dependencies on others' pipelines? Chaining? Well, that ones are interesting questions. Is it possible for a pipeline to pull a build artifact from repo as the first stage in a pipeline rather than a Git source repo? Okay. Let's see how it goes. This one. Sorry if we are running out of time. So if you need to drop, you can access to this session record. But I will be happy if you can stay here, just to don't feel alone. Okay, the dev one is okay. This one, let's see if this have updated. Okay, perfect. We have our new info here. Let's see what's happened when we got the deployment on Canary. Okay. Okay, the Canary was complete. So we are now here under our production. So let's refresh it and see, okay, we have redirected to the Canary slot in this case too. Let's try incognito. Well, 404. Maybe this is one is cache. Okay. Well, looks like okay, it's not there yet. Maybe you can try from your end. Well, Well, for some reason, I am accessing to every time to this Canary, but on this way, I don't know why. I have done this before, but the traffic is redirected to the Canary one and the other 50 to the production one, where this new contact info doesn't deploy yet. So in this case, sorry, I don't know why I can see this. Let's try with another browser as example. Okay, I have tried on Firefox. I was worried. Okay, here on our production, we can access to the other version. So that is from this one. We will leave this one, and let's move the new contact info to production. So sorry for don't provide this demo with more time. Was pretty fast, really. But let's continue with the presentation. So, okay. Well, during this session, we have talked about Azure DevOps, the main benefits of Azure DevOps and each feature. We have created a build and release pipeline for a .NET application to Azure, and we have created a dashboard to monitor those release pipeline. So under this, you have access to the different resources what we have used, the Azure portal itself, and this is the status of Azure for each region, the access to Twitter, the forum and blog. And there is something really interesting if you want to get deeper with Azure. You have this one demo generator. I recommend you to use it. It's for free. You can remember you can use Azure DevOps for free till 5 users. So you can use all those features what we saw before for free. With this one, you can, with the demo generator, you can reproduce an entire project and deploy to a Kubernetes cluster as example and so on. So I recommend you, if you want to go deeper with this, you can use this demo generator. And obviously, you can have access to the Azure DevOps Labs, where you can find, as example, how to integrate Jenkins with your CI and CD pipeline on Azure as example, and that kind of labs. And well, on GitHub, you have access to the pipelines too. Okay, so, let me talk a little bit about me. I am Jose. I am from Cordoba, Argentina. I am husband and father of two, Sarah and Bruno. I have some years of sysadmin experience and like 3 years working as a cloud engineer and under this DevOps culture. I am always trying to learn new stuff. So yeah, that is all about me. What can I say? You have there my email and my LinkedIn. So if you want to reach me, I don't have a problem. Now about the question, I saw two questions here. Can pipelines be created and managed and shared across multiple repos? Can pipelines have dependencies and on other pipelines, chaining? Yes. Let me share with you there. Well, as you can see, we are under our, in this case, project, DevOps demo project. And under this one, you can have access to multiple, you can create here multiple repositories. So you can handle all of them if you want. And then you can consume it from your different pipelines. So yes, you can create. And the other option too to trigger after to trigger one pipeline after the other one. I saw that option before. I have used that option before. Let me try to find here. Yes. Let me find. Well, Azure DevOps have an API, so you can call or trigger a release pipeline at the end of your pipeline. So if you want to change those pipelines, yes, you can do it. I don't have that really yet over here, but you can do it for sure through the API. That is for sure. And the last question was, it is possible for a pipeline to pull a build artifact from repo as first stage in a pipeline? Yes, as we can saw here, we can build from a CI or pipeline, but we can also build from a repo directly. Also, from the repo install feature, you can run the pipeline from there, or you can integrate, as example, with Jenkins. So let's suppose you want to use Jenkins on your on-premise for your CI and CD, and then use Azure to deploy, I don't know, to AWS maybe, or GCP, or another on-premise location, or Azure itself. You can use the continuous deployment or the release pipelines from Azure DevOps. You have that ability to do. There is a nice integration between Azure DevOps and different continuous integration tools and continuous deployment tools, and Terraform. As example, you can use Terraform, Ansible to deploy infrastructure, or the CLI too, as I show you on this demo. So you have that possibility too. So I don't know if you have another question. Okay, we are running out of the schedule, so apologize for that. I hope this demo and this presentation provide you the or encourage you to use Azure DevOps. And well, I hope to help you. If you have any concern, you can ping me directly to my email or LinkedIn, as I have shared before. And well, that's all from my side. So a big thank you for you for attending to this session, and I will be here if you need something else. See you and have a nice week. Bye bye.